And I've been seeing a lot of videos where people get caught up with cash and fake checks at the bank. So this happened to me years ago. I was still a teenager at the time. And, back then, Instagram was like booming. So you remember how Instagram used to be having like these little screenshots showing how much money they got in the bank, or showing this and this and that, talking about, oh, if you got Chase, Huntington, I forgot what was it, PNC, bank, let's get some money, blah, blah. So I seen that over time, and I was just like this ain't something I'm into. Like, this look fake, it's like a scam. But one day I come across one of a follower that I actually went to high school with, and she did it. She advertised it. I'm like, okay, cool. If you doing it, shoot, maybe I'll try it out. So I reached out to her. She was like, here's the information to the person I deal with. Let them know you referred me. I'm like, okay, cool. Because the air a little dry. Anyways, so I give the dude a call. He give me the whole rundown on basically what was about to happen. And he was like, I'm going to have you meet up with such and such. We came up with a time. Now, the person I talked on the phone wasn't even the person I saw in person. So when I finally got the information, I was told to meet him, the guy I never met before, at a Chase Bank. So when I pulled up to this Chase Bank, I just noticed, okay, this is a very small Chase Bank. It's very busy, and there's only one in and out door. There's no two doors, no two exits. So I'm just observing. I was with my boyfriend at the time. He wasn't too fond about what I was doing, but he was like, I'm going to be here just in case, anything flip off. I just want to make sure you're good, whatever you do. So I'm like, okay, cool, bet. So we pull up, so we get in the guy's car. Now, he got a girl in the front of the passenger seat. We sitting in the back. So he running down the whole spiel. So basically, he had a $5,000, a cashier check. So basically my name was on it. So he basically was like, this is $5,000 that I put off from my bank account, but I'm paying it to you. I'm gonna have you go in there, I'm gonna have you cash your check. But pause, let me go back a little bit. Before I go and cash his check, I had Huntington. So Huntington Bank, you remember back then it was real new, when you could do paperless checks, where you could just take a picture and it just, the money just downloads whatever and uploads into your bank account. So that's what he had me do. So he had me take a picture of the check to deposit it digitally in my Huntington Bank. And he was like, okay, once we do that, I'm going to have you go into Chase and cash it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just doing it. It's going fast. So I'm just like, okay, cool, boom. So I go in there. It's so busy. They cash the $5,000 check. So remind you, $5,000 back then was like $15,000 now. So I was feeling good about myself. I was like, shoot, I'm coming up with some money. I want some bundles. I want some new clothes for the summer. Blah, blah, blah. Knowing that ain't gonna give me nothing. Anyways. So I go in there, cash, he come back, I hand him the money. So I'm like, thinking to myself, he like, okay, well, once, that money hits your bank, let me know. He said, normally it's going to hit at midnight. So I'm like, okay, I'll let you know. Exactly happened. It hit my bank at midnight. I text him, let him know. So the next day we met up. The first stop I made was at like a regular Huntington ATM. I pulled out like a few $100. I had to like call to extend it. One red flag. Then we met up at an actual Huntington branch, because we were going to pull out the remaining of the money, and then we were going to, split, do whatever we do, and go our separate ways. So at this time I was a little nervous, because it's a lot going on. Like, it's a lot going on. And I'm starting to like catch on to everything that's happening while it's going on. So I happened to go into the Huntington branch, and actually the teller, I knew her. So it felt much better to like not be so nervous. And she was just like, girl, hey girl, oh, I got this. Okay, have a good day. Boom. So I go back out to the car. I meet up with him. We, disperse. We going half. Now, I'm thinking I'm about to get like 3,500. No, girl, I got about 18 to 2,000. So I was kind of salty about that. He kind of broke it down like, oh, well, you were referred by 2 other people, they have to put their cut and blah blah blah. Me being young, I'm just like, okay, whatever, I don't even care. But he was like, y'all so cool, normally I'll be asking for y'all house address. Sometimes I'll be asking for people's bank information or they PIN so I can get that money out because people be fishy. But y'all real cool. So, if y'all decide to do this again or if y'all do want to do this, just hit me up. So I'm like, cool, bet. Got my money, we went our separate ways. So once I got the money from the guy, we went our separate ways. I got the cash. I blew the money, got little stuff that I wanted, but that money never lasts. Like, as I look back, this was not worth it. So at this point, I'm nervous because I figured out what he did. Basically, the money that deposited in my account wasn't no money because I cashed that check. So every morning, when I say every morning, I woke up, I check my bank account. I'm like, I'm good. Okay. When I say every single morning, I check my bank account. Every single morning, that was the first thing I do was open up my bank account to make sure I still have money in my bank account. I did this for about 3 weeks, y'all. When I say every morning, I did this for 3 weeks. Still unsettling, all this stuff. I woke up one morning, had a new job, everything, was doing like orientation stuff, training. I woke up and my account was like negative $5,000. When I say my body, everything, just like, it was like the worst nightmare ever. So I woke up, I'm crying, I was screaming to my boyfriend, like, oh my gosh, like the money is gone, like they took all the money, like, I just knew it, like, I don't know what to do. So I called Huntington. I'm like, yes, like, I just don't understand why my account is negative $5,000. Like, someone gave me a check for an event that I did, and I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's going on. She's like, well, it looks like the check was already cashed, ma'am. And, yeah, you have to talk that over to the person that gave you that check. I'm like, okay, cool. So when that happened, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, what I'm about to do? My dude, like, what's going on? Like, what you gonna do about this? I took like 10 seconds and I was like, call him up right now. So he like, I tell him, dude, I'm like, call him up. He like, what do you want me to say? I said, tell him we want to do that shit again. We're going to do it again. Let's do it. And blah, blah, blah. So I said, I want to do it on my bank account. I want to do it on my bank account again. Like, let's do this again. So he hit up the dude. We going back and forth with him. So he like, cool, bet. We can do this today. I'm like, cool, bet. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm about to get my money back. Okay. So, so basically, what was I going to say? So he like, I'm working today. I can't do it today if you trying to do it today. But my cousin, he can meet up with you and y'all can figure this out, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, cool, bet, whatever. I don't care. We're about to do this today. So I'm making all these plans while I'm sitting here on orientation. I'm training. I ain't focused on nothing else at that job. I'm just focused on getting my money once I get out. So I had to call my dad. I'm like, I'm coming over. So I go over to his house. I park my car there. And I had to sit there and like lay everything out on the line. He just looking at me. Now, my dad, I could tell him a lot of stuff. He's not very that judgmental. He gonna, go along with it. He might say you wrong, but he like, okay, what we gonna do? So I'm like, we supposed to meet up at this Chase. It's near your house. So I'm gonna park my car and I'm gonna have you drop me off there to meet up with the people. But when you get there, I need you to go. He like, okay. I said, but I need you to stay by. He like, okay. So we came up with the location where we was going to go. I got there. I'm waiting on him. And I get okay, y'all. So I get in the back seat of the cousin's car. It's like 3 niggas. No, it's 2 niggas. 2 in the front. It was just me in the back. So they're like, what's up? I'm like, I'm good. So the way they parked in the Chase Bank was they were like face forward the bank. Again, I observed the bank like there's only one way in, one way out. So, okay. So I'm sitting here. I'm like, okay, what am I about to do? How am I about to do this? Because in my head, I got a plan, but it's not, So I'm sitting here. I'm like, he just, here you go. Pass me the check. Like, he like, pass me the check. He know what to do. Okay. So I'm like doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I got a feeling, like I got a real bad feeling, like I don't feel comfortable sitting right here. I just don't feel comfortable. Y'all think y'all can like park on the side of the building, on the other side? And they're like, oh yeah, it's cool. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I go into the Chase Bank and I'm like, yeah, I'm here to cash the check. So I give her the check. She looks at it. She looks at me. She looks to check it again. She's taking a minute to like process. And then she has me checks back like, I'm sorry, we can't cash the check here. You can go to your bank and you can cash this yourself. So I'm like, how? I never heard that. I'm trying to figure it out. So she's like, yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like multitasking. Like I'm talking to them, but I'm also like keeping like speed dial for my dad. So I'm like just got denied. Cash this check. So these guys is on the side of the building. So they don't see when I come in and out unless I'm like coming out and walking straight out and they see me. So my dad pulls up. He pulls up right in front on the side, like right in front of the building. So my dad, I'm like, you here? He like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I get off the building and I'm like sliding myself like on the wall so they don't see me. So I'm like, okay. So I get in the car. I said, Dad, go to Huntington right now. We going there right now. So I'm going. I call my boyfriend at the time. I'm like, this what happened. This the rundown. This what I'm about to do. So the dude that we've been, going back and forth with, he wasn't like really contacting me. He was contacting my dude at the time. So he like, is everything okay? Like, is she still in there? They saying that she's taking a long time. So I'm like telling my dude what to say. So basically he's like, yeah, man, they got her in the back room. They took the check away from her. They said this was a scam. Like she's scared. She nervous. She don't know what's going on. In the meantime, I'm trying to get to Huntington so I can cash this money because I'm getting my money back. My account got to be somewhere in a positive something. So we stalling them. Apparently the dudes is still at the Huntington. They just sitting there just waiting. And they like just sitting and just waiting. So we going back and forth. We like, yeah, so as like 20, 30 minutes go, we telling them like, yeah, like the police is up here, like they about to take her, to, jail for fraud check. He like, for real. Don't tell her, don't say nothing. Tell her don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. We about to go up there. We gonna bond around. It's cool. Just tell her don't say nothing. My check was deposited. At that point, I had nothing else to say to you. We had nothing else to say. So, my thing was, just make sure they ain't stopping the check. So, we just had to make sure that money was cashed. Next morning, woke up, the money was in my bank account. At this point, these Negroes caught on. They caught on to, they been scammed at this point. So they like, oh, ha, y'all funny. Y'all think y'all could just do this. Y'all think y'all can just take our money. We ain't say nothing. There's nothing to say at this point. You know what y'all did to me. And y'all was going to just leave me in the negative. So it got a little scary because, dude was like, start texting and start putting in, like sending like my addresses. Basically, he like looked me up and like find the person. So all the addresses like he was like calling out, they were all old. So I'm like, so he really think he about to play with me. So I did the same thing to him because I had a picture of the check and I seen his name, his full first name and last name, and I believe his address. It was something on there. And it linked to all of this stuff. He had a full record of just scamming, fraudulent checks, all of this stuff. So, at that time, I had to lay low for a minute because, the city's so small. I ended up having to be at the mall one time, and I walked into Foot Locker. And as soon as I walked into Foot Locker, I saw him, and I had to walk right back out and go home because I was like, yeah, we can't do this. So I lay low. But right there, me having that quick thought that flipped and be like, let's do this again because I ain't about to be scammed because you get in deeper trouble. I think you get a felony. You get a lot of stuff off of just, doing stuff like that. I don't know if they're doing stuff like that now based off like the fraudulent checks, but this situation was pretty serious and I just couldn't go down that road. I didn't want to have a record. Don't still have a record. Ain't doing that again, but it's a little story I've just been wanting to tell lately because, child, when I say me being young back then, I didn't know what was going on, but I knew when this happened, and if I was able to get out of this, I ain't doing no more scamming stuff. I ain't about to put no fake numbers on no taxes. I don't care because all money ain't good money. And because of these banks, and I was so mad at Huntington because they just gave me the money and I was irritated like, how y'all just give people money and then y'all take back money? Like, if y'all knew this wasn't in here at all, y'all should have been, I was on top of it now. So, don't, all money, fast money ain't good money. It's always a catch. And these people, they get their money, but they using your accounts. It's not, and they using your name. Like, you end up going down and they still doing this stuff and making money. So, these little flashy Negroes that's out here showing that money ain't legal. So stay away from it. Just coming from an experienced person that was almost scammed. So y'all stay blessed out here and safe. Okay, so just to respond, the check was never fake or bad. The only reason the check was bad in the first place is because I cashed it at Chase and I did a digital paperless deposit to my bank. So basically when they figured it out, there was no money because it was cash. So when I went back and did that again, the whole plan was for me to go back to Chase and cash it and dip with the money because the check was legit. It was a cashier's check. But when they decided that they didn't want to cash it, I had to go deposit it in my bank, praying and hoping that it cleared, which it did. It put me in a positive. But about a couple weeks later, I did close that account because I just didn't want to have no problems. Now, the thing is, if this situation would happen to anybody and, and you still had a negative or it's a bad check, they're still going to catch up to you, whether you close the bank account or not.
Smart woman. She got her money back. I fuck with it. But yeah, she was young. Hey, y'all know they do that type of shit, and they was doing that type of shit in high school. But it was some type of shit. I don't know what the fuck they used to do it in high school. I ain't gonna lie. I couldn't stand fucking high school. I graduated in shit. But I'm just saying I ain't fucking like high school. You know what I'm saying? I'm around a bunch of stupid motherfuckers. But I just know they used to do some stupid shit in high school. Like, but then your fucking account be fucked up. It's stupid. It's stupid as fuck to me. You know what I'm saying? Because now you can't get a bank for 30 years and shit. Like, nigga, your stupid ass just fucked up your money for $5,000. Now you can't get a bank account no more. You got to use digital wallets and digital banks and all this goofy shit. This shit goofy to me. Shit always been goofy to me. But like I say, I tell y'all all the time, I'm just a different type of nigga. You know what I'm talking about? My scruples was put on, goddamn, just a little different than everybody else's. You know what I'm talking about? But this is a smart motherfucker right here. She can got her money back. She like, shit, fuck that shit. I'm scaring these nigga back. That's what's up. So if you out there doing some shit like this, just know. You heard what she said. All money ain't good money, alright? I appreciate y'all for tuning in and rock with me as always. Do you know I love you? I do. Alright? Love you so much that I'm gonna tell you to smash that like button on your way out. And I love y'all, man. It's your boy Ray. Big play. Don't you ever forget it. I know you ain't gonna forget it. I ain't gonna let you. Peace.